How can you get credibility as a first-time developer? Stay tuned to find out. Hello, my name's Ian Child, co-founder of propertyCEO, and in this video, I want to talk about how you can go and get credibility as a first-time developer. Now, why do you need credibility? Well, ultimately, one of the really important parts about your role as a developer, the people that you're going to be interacting with have all got skin in the game. We're talking about commercial and residential agents. All of those people, they're going to be getting a commission. But they're only going to get a commission, certainly the commercial agents, if you buy from them. So they need to see that you're credible. Your professionals, your team of professionals, they are going to be getting a fee from you as well. People like your architect, your project manager, obviously your contractor as well. Then we've got private investors. Private investors are going to be lending you money and they're going to want it paid back. So again, you need to have that credibility out of the blocks. And of course, you've got commercial lenders. Commercial lenders are going to be lending you the lion's share of the money on any development. And again, you want to show all of these people that you are a credible developer straight out of the blocks. One of the things that you need to be wary of when you go into development is good old imposter syndrome. It creeps up on all of them. All entrepreneurs suffer from it. It's that feeling that you've got the L plates on, that somehow somebody's going to tap you on the shoulder at some point and say, you're in the wrong room, you shouldn't be here, you shouldn't be doing this. But that's just a feeling that we have. It's internal from everybody else looking in. All they see is you as the entrepreneur, you as the property developer. So you've got to kind of get rid of that feeling that you've got the L plates on. You want to be bursting with confidence. You don't want to be shackled by all of those feelings of insecurity that can burden people getting into something for the first time. Really important that you do that. Now, one of the critical things that you're going to have to do in order to achieve this, and you've got some secret weapons as a developer, is to create a brand around your business. Now, one of the things that you'll probably be aware of is that as a developer, you kind of are your brand to a large degree. If you go and shopping in a retail store or buy a product that's branded, you don't need to know the CEO of that company to do business with them. But when it comes to your property development business, people are going to want to see you. They're going to want to know you. You're going to have some face time. And so to a large degree, as a developer, you are your brand. Now, one of the things, though, I think is really important when you're dealing with people is that recognition that branding isn't just the business card and the logo and the website. It's everything about you. Everything that people see is absolutely critical to your brand. So please, please, please do not ignore what you look like, how you're perceived by people, and when you engage with people, from the strength of your handshake, the eye contact, the body language, all of those things are all absorbed by people and they all form your personal brand. So please don't think that it's just the business cards and the logos. It's very much about you as an individual as well. Another part of it, a huge part of it, of course, is when we're meeting people face to face, is that we can see each other's values. They become very, very clear in terms of the sort of person that we're dealing with. And of course, we've evolved to become very, very good at assessing people. We don't have to meet people for very long to find out and to sort of get a view as to whether we like them, do we trust them, are they somebody that we could do business with. So you need to make sure that your values are kind of paramount and that they shine whenever you're doing business with people. Now, one of the things that you have as a property developer is a bit of a secret weapon when it comes to your branding, and that is your professional team. Because of course, you don't have to lay any bricks. Your bricklaying may be absolutely rubbish, but it doesn't matter because you're not the one that's going to be doing it. In fact, you're not going to be doing the lion's share of the work, certainly of what happens on site. You've got a team of people that are going to be doing that for you. And that team of people are all established professionals. If you were to add up the number of projects that team have actually delivered, it would be hundreds, probably thousands. So we've got to bear in mind that when people look at us, they're not just going to see us. We don't just want them to see us. We want them to see that there is a team of experienced professionals that are sitting behind us, all part of our business. And these are the people that are actually going to be delivering the project. So that's your secret weapon. You've already got an experienced team of people behind you right from the get-go, as soon as you start your brand. So what is in your branding toolkit? Well, a few things. I think the first watchword is that you must make it look professional. Has to look professional. You do need to have some key elements to it. So you'll need a logo, you'll need a name, you'll need to choose the colors, the fonts and so on. You'll also need to have some business cards done. I would say don't overthink the business cards. Less is more. Don't even be made out of metal or have holograms or different shapes and sizes. Just go for bog standard business cards and make sure they're on decent quality paper. Other thing that you need to bear in mind is that it is a set and forget exercise. So once you've set up your brand and logo, you can forget about it. You don't need to keep going back to revisit it time and time again. Other thing I would do is make sure that put your branding on various things, whether that's pens, umbrellas, on your PPE gear, so on your high-vis jacket, on your hard hat when you go on site. All of those things just makes you look more professional. It looks like here is a business that's been invested in. And again, that's just going to enhance the perception of your brand, even as a first-time developer. Now, one of the really important things about creating the brand is that you do it quickly. It's a complete own goal if you decide that you're going to go out and launch yourself in the world, go and speak to commercial agents and architects and project managers and all the rest of it without having that brand in place, because you'll just be making excuses. Oh, yeah, my business doesn't have a name yet. I don't have any business cards. It just makes you look like an amateur. And at the very best, it looks like you've just started. And that's not necessarily the first look that you want people to get from you. So make sure that you do this stuff and sort it out before you then launch yourself on the world and go out talking to people. A couple of points. You're the only person that cares what your brand looks like and your logo looks like, so don't overthink it. Also, you may not be the world's best logo designer. Guess what? Maybe you haven't done it before. Go and outsource it. Go on Fiverr.com or something similar and get somebody to design your logo for you. And please, 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 if you are good at design, don't get sucked into that black hole, which is, I like designing, so I'm going to spend a month of Sundays creating my logo. You may tell yourself that you're working on your property development business, but the reality is you're not. You're just indulging yourself in a bit of creative activity, and you'd be far better placed to outsource that to somebody else and crack on with the real work, which is going out there and finding deals. Now, one of the most important assets that you will have, and you should have, is a website. Again, you can outsource the creation of that. You can use all sorts of online tools and apps that will enable you to create a website pretty easily from scratch with a bit of cutting and pasting. I would urge you to write the content and then perhaps get others to kind of refine it and maybe put the website together for you, but it needn't cost you a fortune. One of the most important things to recognize about a website is that it is just for credibility. We're not going to be setting up all sorts of expensive SEO to get people drawn into your website from Google. We are simply going to be signposting people there because they've got a meeting with you. They've seen your email address. They've either met you and got your business card, or they made an appointment. Whatever, they are then going to check you out on the website. So very important point, we are only catering for people effectively that we've either met already or people that we're about to meet, but they will check you out. They will absolutely check you out. I would say make sure you use decent quality images, break it up a bit. Don't make every page looking absolutely identical. Keep to your brand colors, but add a bit of variety in there. And one of the golden rules, make sure that there are absolutely no typos. Typos on a website, what does that say about the accuracy and attention to detail of the person involved? How attractive will you look if you don't have any attention to detail? So make sure that not only you've checked it, but get somebody else to check it as well. Now, the elevator pitch, if that's the right word for it, you being able to talk about what it is that you do and what your business does is an essential ingredient of the cake. You are going to find yourself in multiple situations where you're going to have that conversation. Whenever you meet a professional for the first time, whenever you meet a commercial agent, residential agent, potential private investor, commercial lender, you're going to have to talk about who you are, what you do, what the business is all about, what sort of projects you're going to be doing, the experience of your team, and so on. The best way of doing that is to practice, and then practice again. This is where imposter syndrome quite often strikes, because we hear ourselves saying these things, I'm a property developer, and of course, in your own mind, you're thinking, well, this is just the start of my journey. But as far as everybody else is concerned, that doesn't matter. You're an entrepreneur that's seen a business opportunity and you've assembled a team of people to take advantage of it. So from your perspective, the easiest way of conquering those nerves and getting rid of that imposter syndrome is to practice those speeches beforehand. When you're in the car, whenever you're on your own, have these imaginary conversations and just pretend and practice having conversations with people. It makes the world of difference when you actually go out and do it for real, because by the time you actually do it, it almost becomes second nature and you come across with much more confidence. It's much easier to do. I hope you found that useful. If you did, please do like, subscribe, leave your comments below, and I'll see you again soon.